Happy New Year. We only got 9 hours left in 2020, so we'll try to make it fast. Rob, I don't know what your expectations were coming out of retirement. I know Tom talked to you about doing it, and you've done it, and now you've made the playoffs. You're about to start your 16th game, which you haven't done. I mean, what has this experience been like? You didn't know anybody except the quarterback.
Yeah, no, the experience has been great. It's been a fun season. At times, it takes its toll. It feels like it's going on for a while. And then there's times like it's week 17 and you look back and you're like, man, time flew. It's already week 17. We're about to play our last game of the season and head to the playoffs next week. But just overall, man, it's been a successful journey so far. It's been, successful time coming out of retirement and playing this year. And it's definitely been an enjoyable ride this whole year.
And for you personally, I mean, you're spending a lot of time in the end zone lately. You're running by guys late in the year. I mean, what's going on with your game that's enabling you to make so many plays right now?
Like I said at the beginning, I just wanted to be a consistent player throughout the whole year, and just every week, just try and stay steady and stay up there making plays. And if you don't, and if I wasn't really making plays one week, figure out why I wasn't, figure out what I did wrong, and try and correct it at practice, and go out there and try to get better week in and week out. And I feel like that's what I've been just trying to do every single week, week in and week out. If things don't go right, if I don't, if I mess up a play or, don't get a block, we'll see what I did wrong, get coached on it, and then go out that week and try to get better at it. So I feel like it's going well. And I feel like it's shown too throughout the whole year also, like just staying consistent and making plays whenever the ball's thrown to me.
For sure. Thanks, Rob.
Yep.
All right, we'll go over to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Rob. First off, Happy New Year.
Oh, thank you, Jonna. Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you. I'm going to go back to training camp a little bit here. So a little way back. I remember one of the first practices you guys had. We asked Coach Arians about you, and he said you were in shape, but you weren't in Florida shape. What was your reaction when you heard that, when you heard your coach kind of calling you out a little bit in the media? Had you experienced that before? I mean, Coach Arians is a unique guy.
Yeah, no, he's great. And, it's all for, the purpose of motivation, I would say. Also, I would say, it definitely wasn't personal. I mean, I was, with the guy already for a couple days or a couple weeks, however it was. And he just seems like a great guy. And when he said that, I mean, it definitely, was motivational too, which was, I would say, was probably, I don't know exactly what his motive was, but I would say it was motivational to me. I mean, it was funny though too, and because it was also the truth. I mean, I was remembering training camp, I was like after it was like 4 plays in a row, and I was struggling a little bit on the 4th play. I wasn't, I was huffing and puffing pretty bad, and and the heat was definitely getting to me. So I totally understood where he was coming from.
Well, and in another instance, when you guys had your first scrimmage, you guys had that 16-play drive, and I think you guys had some kind of an arrangement where you were going to get maybe 15 plays in it, but you came off the field and he said, hey, you're going to get about 10 more. And that was some tough love right there. What's it like having a coach that is like that isn't afraid to be honest with you and isn't afraid to come down hard when you need it, but at the same time, he also does put his arm around guys too.
Oh yeah, he's such a great coach to play for, and definitely it's football. He's a head coach of an NFL team. He needs to put his leg down and get us motivated when we need to get motivated, and correct us when we need to be corrected. Especially myself, especially the beginning weeks when I was here. But at the same time, he's all in with you too. He's just being a head coach when he does that stuff, but. What's special is that he's all in. He's got your back, and he's ready to go to war with you also.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right, we'll go over to Greg Allman.
Hey, Rob, for you and Tom to have spent so much of your careers in one place and kind of have a second chapter at the end of your careers, I think how did those second chapters, you think about Favre and Joe Montana and guys like that, the success of those second chapters is always measured in postseason and playoff success. How much will that determine what a success this was for you in Tampa Bay, what you guys can do here in the next month or so and beyond?
I mean, I really, can't predict the measure of success for us for our future games. I would just say, just overall this year, has been a success. It also all determines on, what scale you're rating it on. If you were going for an undefeated season, then it wasn't a successful season. But I would just say, being in the NFL, for a while now, I would say just generally overall, it was definitely a successful season. As you just look at it from probably a fan's perspective, I would definitely go along that way. But just overall, just the success, I would say to make it, a successful season, like reading of how we do in the playoffs, I can't measure that. And all we can do is take 1 week at a time and one game at a time and just prepare to our best of our abilities so we can put ourselves in the best position to win those games. And especially this week, this is just another big game this week that we got to get ready for and be prepared for.
Thanks, Rob.
We'll go over to Eric Allison.
Hey, Rob, how are you? I just wanted to ask, you've known Tom such a long time. How has he changed as a player and as a person over those years?
I mean, as a player-wise, I mean, he really hasn't changed. I mean, from the second, I first met him, he's been all in with practices, all in meetings, all in and trying to get better every single day. And it has just totally continued throughout his whole career, all the way up to this point. I wouldn't say there's really, he's staying after practice this much longer to get better. No, he's been always staying out after practice. He's been always trying to work with players every practice, whenever it is, to get better. And I would just say that he's just been so consistent at such a high rate throughout the time I met him.
All right, we'll go over to Jenna Lanigan.
Hey, Rob. Eric kind of sparked an idea in my head. Since we're kind of in this reflective mood and everything, you mentioned Tom and everything and how he's been, but what has it been like now that you've seen this up close for several months? The combination of your friend Tom, who's such a competitor and he can get very, very intense, and then a guy like Coach Arians, who is also very intense, but in a different way, very animated. What's it been like kind of seeing that mixture together? We talk about the offense, we've seen the offense, but their personalities, their unique personalities.
From what I've seen, obviously I'm not like all in and on it. I mean, they got to take care of their business. He's the quarterback, he's the head coach. So that's a whole different relationship, I would say. And it's a relationship that, I'm not, other players aren't a part of, like myself. So I would just say that's a whole nother relationship. And, from just what we've seen out on the field, it's just been a great relationship. They're always working together from what I always see. If Tom messes up something or has a question about something, they just communicate well, and that's what it's all about, communication. And they show that leadership out on the field with them too. And that just spreads throughout the whole team, that, whenever there's a question about something or, you just talk it out and you communicate with each other out there and you get it right. And every time I look over and I can see them doing that. They're always just trying to figure out the problem that is presented and then go out and fix it and just help out the team.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, we'll close out with a question from Rick Stroud.
Rob, how much pride do you take in starting every game this year? And also, Bruce Arians has been known to give veterans those days off, right? And I don't know that happens. I don't know if that happened for you in New England. Has that been a help to the veteran players?
Oh, yes. I definitely think it helps. I mean, I played football, from 16 years old all the way to now 31 years old. And I can tell you this, your body does not respond like it did when you're 16, when you're 18, when you're 20, when you're 21, 22, when you're a rookie. So, sometimes you need a little bit more time to recover. You got to do a lot more to recover. It's not like when you're 22, you go out to practice and games and then you go out after and then you're still fine to go to the next practice. But it's totally different ball game now. And just to be able to have a vet day there and there just to help your body recover and take care of your body is huge, I believe. I think I love it. And I think it's really, really helpful for veterans, that, have been playing football for a while, because it is a vicious sport and we're smacking each other every single week.
Hey, we didn't ask you about Christmas. Did you get anything from Tom, or did you give him anything?
Nah, he got one of those bump boxes, and then
Right.
And then I actually took his bump box away from him and gave it to one of the cafeteria workers. I was like, Tom, you don't need the bump box. And he agreed. I was like, you're a good guy. And then he gave me sunglasses back to the whole team. So I got those sunglasses everyone was wearing from him. Yep.
There you
but
go.
Nothing special. He gave them to the whole team. I'm not a special guy or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, guys.
All right. That's going to do it.
Happy
Thanks.
holidays. Take care.